Hello, it's Charlie again, and this is going to be the last of my NaNoWriMo updates of how NaNoWriMo went this time for me. This was my first time, and I did not win in the traditional sense of winning. Winning NaNoWriMo would be writing 50,000 words in a month, and you get a cool sticker, and you get to announce it on Twitter, and everybody says congratulations and all that. But that didn't happen for me. So I'm glad that I did this blog, because I will refer to this next year, because I definitely want to do this again. It was a great experience overall. And the things that I learned from it were that was number one was that I can do something new. I have other stories, and that just kind of brought up my confidence a little bit, because my first story didn't really seem to go anywhere. Now I realize that that was just the first step in becoming a published writer. You got to keep on going and have persistence and learn from that and move on to the next. And I feel almost as passionate as this in the second story as the first one. So that was quite an important thing to learn from the whole process. And I don't think I'm ever going to get bogged down in a rut with the project anymore. I think it's important to know when to stop and start something new, knowing that you could always go back. And that's the most important thing that I've learned. The other thing that I learned from this whole process was that every story is a universe in itself. And my first story was very important to me, because I learned so much about the ancient world of where I was born in New Mexico. All of my ancestors that made that place a very special and important place. I had never really delved into that, and it was such an enriching experience that I will never ever regret. And when I go back and finish that book eventually, I think I'll have something important that I could teach and I could tell. So this whole book opened up the entire universe to me. I mentioned that I'm studying or researching the universe, star travel, all of quantum biology, quantum physics. I learned a little bit about Einstein and the theory of relativity, which I never really understood, and kind of have a grasp a little bit of it now, not in a scientific mind kind of way, but in a general kind of, I think I know what they're talking about kind of way. And it's very, very interesting to me, and that's going to shape this new book a lot. And I don't know, I cannot stress how important that is to me. I really, really love this whole aspect of writing a book. Every book has something that you could learn from it, and yeah, so that's that. The third thing that I learned about writing in general was that there are a lot of different ways to do it. There's the 3 act. There is Save the Cat. There is the hero's journey. All these kind of things have taught me that my own writing journey is just beginning. I'm just starting to understand these concepts of how to tell a story and how to tell a story the best way for each particular story. I mean, and not one format will work exactly for every single story. And I think I need to try new techniques, and I'm excited to try new techniques and learn about them. And the 4th thing that I've learned about this whole process is that the writing community is a part of writing in general. I feel like the old saying, it takes a village to raise a child, is kind of like the writing community, what the writing community has been for me, because I've really made an effort to listen to a lot of podcasts and blogs and other writers telling their stories of how they write their books, and there's a feeling of connection that I have to them, and an importance. There's a it is very important to surround yourself with people that are doing the same kind of things that you're doing, even though it's socially distanced in these videos that I watch, or following people on Twitter. All of that kind of stuff has been very, very helpful in my own journey to becoming a writer. So next year, I'm going to take all of those things, and I'm going to try to do 50,000 words in a day, which I don't know if I will ever do that. I'm like I said, I'm a very slow writer. I like to write stories that make sense to me in my head, and it only makes sense to me in my head after I've processed it for a period of time. So I think what I'm going to do next year is I'm going to start much earlier. I'm going to decide on my format, what kind of game plan I'm going to have beforehand, and then I'm going to do my research about the world that I'm going to be writing about in that fashion. So anyway, I think this has been a great experience. These videos, they're mostly for me, I think, but I hope they help you a little bit if you're watching this and thinking about doing NaNoWriMo, or just writing in general. I think it's important to think about all of these things and reach out to the writing community, and get help, give help, support each other, and that's the way you're going to make it through it with persistence. Hopefully this will you can make your dreams come true with persistence, and I'm going to keep trying. And anyway, so that's going to be the end of my NaNoWriMo updates. I will be updating you all on the progress of this book throughout the months, but I will probably do it like maybe every month or every couple of months. And this is a story that I really think that I'm going to finish at some point. So hopefully we will go through the querying process together. And if that doesn't work, maybe even exploring the process of self-publishing, which is such a daunting task. I can't even imagine it at this point. So anyway, we'll go through querying first, maybe do some pit mad things on Twitter, writing synopsises for this book, my blurb, all of it. So I'm going to take you along with me and use these videos as a kind of journal for future writing processes and other books that I'm going to write in the future. So thank you all for watching, and I hope you have a beautiful day, and I hope you stay creative. And this is all about making the world a better place by sharing our stories and our beliefs and things that we've learned and all of that kind of stuff. It's kind of the way humans in society have evolved. And anyway, have a beautiful day, and thank you so much for watching. Bye.